Obviously, first, just turn this thing off. Hello. Am I good?
You're good.
Okay. Just number one, I want to thank the crowd. That was, I thought, an incredible turnout for a time change. Mid-January, before the students are really officially kind of back, a time change game. Obviously, not exactly our finest week for UConn, basketball. So a lot of pressure coming into this game. We had to, there's been a lot swirling around the program this week. I think it was just important for us to come out, and play well and show some hope. I thought obviously Jalen was the Jalen we needed from tip to finish, and I thought Altari played point guard very well. Controlled things and really ran the team. And Christian Christian was solid. Made some key shots, and then Josh, really looked good, against real size out there. So that was really encouraging, and it's amazing how much better you look on offense when you can throw the ball inside. So that was encouraging. Hopefully something we can build with. But thanks to the fans, has been the easiest week to be a UConn fan. Hopefully today helped a little bit.
Jalen obviously had 27 the other night as well, but a lot of that was towards the very end. I mean, more in the flow of the game today than some of his other high-scoring outputs.
Yeah, it was one of the things I think we talked about in video is, even I think in the Tulsa game, he might not have gotten his first shot attempt, although he was playmaking. I don't think he got his first shot attempt until like 7 minutes in or something, which should never happen, not on this team. Listen, if we're going to win, games, enough games to feel good about when this thing's all over, in less than 2 months or, what have you, he's going to have to be aggressive from tip to finish. And, for me, coaches are really not supposed to say this, but if he's not taking 18 to 20 shots a game for us, and as well as playmaking, it's going to decrease our chances of winning. So, for us to be good, let's say like Jim or Fredette, but he's going to have to play with that type of aggression and attacking type of mindset, and he did that today.
28 turnovers, season low. Is it just more under control? What do you think that's attributed to?
Yeah, just number one, I think we like playing in here. I think playing in here. I think we like Gamble. We practice in here a couple times a week. I think the guys are comfortable in here, and I think they took to heart. The guys that should be making plays, attacking the paint, and trying to play off the dribble should be Altariq, Jalen, and Terran. Those should be the guys that are playmaking and getting into the teeth of the defense and spraying the ball around. The rest of our guys right now need to be finishers, either three-point line as shooters or as finishers around the basket. So I think you saw less guys trying to do too much today.
What was the message when they cut it down close in the second half and then rebuilt the lead back up?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to have a season? I mean, do you want to, do you want to be looking up at? Do you want to be in last place at the end of this game? Do you want to give yourselves a chance to have a season? We haven't had a chance to have a season here, in some time. So are we really going to do this right now? Are we going to really lay down defensively like this? They took the message to heart, and they picked up our play. But it's at some point, again, we had Jalen playing at a first team / player of the year type of level. Josh looked like a young big with really good potential. We had multiple players play well tonight, look like really good players in the AAC. That's why we won a conference game. So they played well.
For Jalen to shoot as many times as you want him to, obviously that means he can't go into a shell when he misses a couple of shots. He's got to stick with it. And maybe that's the difference between tonight and maybe some other games. Yeah, he's got to be willing to go. And I played with Terry DeHare at Seton Hall, and UConn fans remember him. And he'd throw in a 2 for 24, and he wouldn't bat an eye. And Jalen can't be afraid to throw up a 5 for 20. Yeah. I mean, for this team, his abilities, obviously are very impressive, and
if he misses his first 2 threes, he's got to continue to shoot them. Like he just has to. When the game starts, he's got to be in attack mode, and when the game's over, he's got to be exhausted.
Has Christian been more efficient offensively in the last few weeks? It seems like he's making his shots, so he's not overshooting.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have, the one dribble drive in the first half where, he didn't land in the paint and he kicked it out of bounds. Like that was kind of resorting back to a bad habit. Second half, he lands on 2 feet in the paint, and hits a pull-up jump shot. So for him, it's just, it's understanding your game, playing to your strengths. Like step into threes when you feel like you've got a good look. Play great defense. Be a tremendous competitor, and continue to be our best rebounder. Although Josh is now, looking like he wants to challenge for that. So you got to play to your strengths. You got to be the best version of yourself. And Christian's been much more of that, and it makes him look like a really good player, and he brings a lot of value to the program when he does that.
How important was winning today? Obviously, given you got the week off, you got 2 straight home games after having a tough time on the road. How big is this one and this week, I guess?
Oh man, defeat would have been unimaginable. Bad. I mean, this has been again like not the greatest, not the greatest week, not the greatest. Our fans and the program is going through something it probably hasn't gone through in a long time, and just Jalen showing up the way he did today. Josh is a young player, like that. They just think that the effort and the way we showed up and played, we owe it to obviously we owe it to ourselves because we work really hard. We owe it to our fans and the university to show up this way. We're not obviously where we want to be right now. We just, we have to put out efforts, like when we lose, it's got to look like Cincinnati. It can't look like it did at Tulsa, and the onus is on me to get us to show up like that every night. I've got to figure it out. That's why they brought me here, but also for the big picture too. But in the short term, I got to get us showing up the right way.
Is that one of the bigger challenges now, Dan, trying to get these guys to play consistently well?
Yeah, because when you're not a good team, the reason why you're not a good team is because you're not consistent. But Josh Carlton, 3 of the last 4 games, has shown up in a pretty good way in this league as a sophomore, big guy. So, like I've now coached him for close to 20 games. I should know now where he likes to catch the ball. Obviously we got to stay on top of him about his, things at the defensive end, keeping that motor high, but like things like making sure that we keep progressing with guys like Josh and Sid. Obviously Tyler's still going through the shooting slump, so I've got to figure out a way of getting him right. But you get our older players playing at their best level, and the younger guys showing development and progress.
Is Sid something you're thinking won't be too long, or?
Yeah. If he doesn't play versus, if he doesn't play next Saturday, then dudes from the Bronx are soft. I don't know what else to say about that. But he couldn't play today, and he tried. He rehabbed 3 or 4 times a day. James did a great job with him, and it was, he couldn't do it. But if he can't go, yeah, and he'll know that because I'm gonna say it all week.
In regards to the NCAA sanctions, I mean, you knew something like this was coming, even probably when you signed on. Is it still kind of a tough pill to swallow? Just what you're facing and the challenges of kind of going through?
I would just say, like you could see. I'd say the only thing I'll say is I knew definitely it's something that we've been planning for a long time in terms of how we're going to approach the late signing period and the 2020 class that way. And again, it's just it's about hopefully moving on. Obviously, our future's bright. We've got a ton of help on the way. We've got to, again, we got to do a great job with the Sids and the Tylers and the Joshes and the Brendan Adams and the young players we promise. But this thing, everything will be past us soon, and this thing will start heading back. And I know it's tough on our fans, you know, but I was brought here for a reason. You know, I hate to sound like Joel Embiid, but trust the process. Trust the process. Everything will be great. Just, you know, it's been a tough week. There's a lot swirling around. There's been a lot swirling around. Eventually it'll be behind us, and UConn will be back to doing what UConn does. It's just, you know, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get there.
Then you have the option.
Public service announcement.
You have the option of adding a year onto your contract under certain conditions. Does this, in your mind, trigger that? Or
Yeah, listen, I don't ever talk to my agent. I mean, really only in April and March, you know. So I have no idea. I think my wife talks to him, Andrew does, but I don't even know what he's doing. I don't care about my contract. I coached high school, and I was driving a cheese bus not too long ago, so my contract doesn't mean anything to me. But no, I do have one now.